Well, Mr. Brian, everyone that knows you knows you're very passionate about forensic accounting and you're always speaking about it, educating people on it. And my question today would be, why has it become such a buzz?
Well, thank you so much, Nikki, for that question. I think forensic accounting is not a specialized area in accounting. On the contrary, the skill set and the activities encompassing forensic accounting have been with us for quite some time, even though they were not referred to us as forensic accounting.
Okay.
I should mention that as far back as 1554, an individual by the name Hacus de Codes had testified as an expert witness on 3 different occasions. By late 1800s, articles on fraud investigation and expert witnessing had started to emerge.
Okay.
But the person who is credited for coining the term forensic accounting is actually a gentleman by the name Maurice E. Pelubet. He was a partner at the accounting firm called Pogson, Polybet and Company in New York.
Well, additionally, Mr. Brian, I believe in all your time as a forensic auditor stroke accountant, you've handled so many cases. At times, you've had to go to court as an expert witness. And my question would be, what exactly does an expert witness do?
Oh, that's a good question, Nikki. So, the short answer to your question could be, an expert witness is somebody who is brought to court in order to teach the jury or the trier of fact on a particular evidence in a case. That is basically what an expert witness does. But they also do some other fun things.
Which
Other
are?
fun things they do, for example, they help the retaining counsel to understand the case, and they can also help a retaining counsel to attack the opposing expert witness.
Just to follow up on the same, I believe from the big word, everyone is wondering, how much do they make?
Well, I think I should mention that expert witnessing is a very lucrative profession. And if you look at the latest expert witnessing fee survey, an expert witness earns at the bare minimum $50,000 per hour.
Oh, wow.
And it is because expert witnessing is very difficult. Remember, we usually say expert witnessing is a combat sport. Lawyers are heavily paid to rip you off to shreds. So because of the complexity of the work they do, they earn so much.
I
In
can
this
only
jurisdiction,
imagine.
it's $50,000 per hour.
I believe with that having have been said, everyone would want to become an expert witness, but I believe there's a criteria for that. So from your own understanding, what would you say, who would you say rather are the best persons suited to become expert witnesses?
For one to become an expert witness, in my view, one should be able to possess some specialized knowledge in an area that is relevant to legal disputes.
Okay.
One must be a lawyer, one must be a doctor, one must be an engineer, one must be an accountant, a nurse, or any specialization in an area that is relevant to legal dispute. That's number one. Number two, I also believe that one should be able to have a very flexible schedule. Expert witness work normally come in at a very short schedule. A lawyer will call you today and say that we have a matter in court in the next 3 days. We want you to appear as an expert witness in this particular matter. And these are the volume of information you're supposed to look at and make sense of them. So you must be able to have a flexible schedule to allow you to be able to respond within very strict timelines. I also tend to think that a good expert witness should possess what we call an excellent written and oral communication skills. Remember, you are going to write a report which is in a litigated matter. So you must have very good writing skills. You must be able to write very well, and you must be able to speak and walk.
Like what?
Yeah, in a court environment, you, as an expert witness, you have to be able to speak very well, and you must also be able to walk as you speak. In expert witnessing is a very intelligent public speaking in the presence of an educated heckler in the audience who is allowed to question the speaker. All right? So you must be able to, one, write very well. You must be able to speak and walk as you speak. And then finally, or maybe second last, I would say that a good expert witness also should be able to have what we call lack of credibility baggage. And what do I mean by credibility baggage? You must be someone who does not have anything in your background that will deal with your credibility. For example, if you are an accountant, for example, if we search your background, we should not see that you have been a subject of a disciplinary matter by your accounting body, or at some point, it is on record that you did not renew your practicing license, for example. Yeah, so lack of credibility baggage. And also, one must have what I call thick skin. Remember, as I said earlier, expert witnessing is referred to as a combat sport.
Yeah.
Lawyers are heavily paid to come and rip off to shreds your report. So you must develop a thick skin. You must be someone who is able to, consume all that, but at the end of the day, still stand and defend that which you have come to defend in court. I think from where I sit, those are very critical values for one who wants to become an expert witness. Thank you.
Okay, so finally, just to conclude on this theme, I believe everyone who's watching or listening would want to know what are the first steps for someone who would want to start off as an expert witness?
Thank you so much, Nikki, for that question. I think the things that one would need to have as they want to start off as an expert witness, in my view, are basically two. And they are minimal and they cost almost nothing. Number one is that you must have a very good CV. So you must have an excellently written CV and you must have your qualification summary so that by the time somebody is reaching out to you asking whether you can become an expert, the first thing they'll always be asking is, could we see your CV? So you need to have your CV ready. And besides that CV, you also need to have a qualification summary that can go together with that CV. And number two, I think one also need to have what we call a retention contract. When you are called upon by a lawyer, for example, to be engaged as an expert witness, you need to share with the lawyer or whoever is calling on you a retention contract for them to look at the terms of engagement and sign off. So in my view, those two documents are very critical for one who wants to start off as an expert witness. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Brand, for that. I believe we are well guided and we've understood clearly. Thank
Thank you so much, Nikki.